What's up, Kitten Cats? Welcome back to my channel. Today it is Sunday, December 1st. What? So first of all, today marks a month that I lived in Columbus because I moved on November 1st. So first of all, I can't believe it's been a month. I don't know where my life went. Comment down below if you feel like January through April of this year was like do, and then like April through now was like I don't know where this year went. Anyway, Sunday, December 1st. We're filming for Vlogmas. I'm going to try and do 12 days of Vlogmas, and I think what I'm going to do... Here goes Luna. She hates when I film because I'm not giving her attention. But today, we are here filming because it's Sunday, which means it's Self-Care Sunday. And what we're doing is we're taking care of ourselves. So I'm going to take you guys through. Sunday is really... like, it's my day off of work. It's my day off of client check-ins. I do have to do a little bit of work today because I am launching a program very soon that I need to put some finishing touches on because I would like for it to go up tomorrow. But this is my day when I do all of my like superficial self-care stuff. So I want everyone to remember before we even get into this video that self-care is not just taking hot baths and candles and meal prepping and face masks and whatever. It's also journaling. It's going to therapy if you need it. It's talking to people when you need help. It's taking time for yourself when you're overwhelmed. It's literally so much more than the superficial stuff, but I do find that the superficial aspect of it can positively benefit your mental health. And I know that the holidays can be a really hard time for a lot of people just because it can be a reminder of maybe people that used to be in your life that aren't because maybe they've passed away or they're not a part of your life anymore. Like I know that this year, not to take it there really fast, but like last year around Christmas, like my last grandparent, my grandma, she passed away like 2 days after Christmas. Or maybe it was 3 or 4. I don't know. It was literally right after Christmas. So this is our first year. My sister and I were talking about this in Thanksgiving. It's our first year, not only without her, but without any grandparents left in our lives. So it's a little different this year in terms of like in terms of the mental hardness, but I know that for a variety of reasons, the holidays can be tough for a lot of people. So self-care is important all the time, but especially around the holidays when things are busier, when maybe things feel a little funky for you for whatever reason, and all that stuff. So we're going to get into some of my favorite superficial forms of self-care that I do on Sundays. So here we go. Okay, so one thing that I will do on Sundays is I will do my grocery shopping in the morning. My little routine on Sunday mornings is like my typical morning routine. I'll get up, take Luna out, feed her, do all my morning vitamins, supplements, whatever, make my coffee, read or journal. Or this morning I was actually feeling super lazy and like I didn't want my brain to be super stimulated, so I just watched a YouTube video while I drank my coffee. Sometimes it's like that, and that's okay. Honor where your brain's at. Anyway, I'll get up, do that little thing, and then I will go to the grocery store at like 9 or 10 o'clock. So that's what I did. I do my grocery shopping for the week on Sundays, and then I usually do some of my meal prepping on Sundays. My personal method of meal prep is I will literally just bulk prep like protein sources and starchy carb sources. I don't like how prepped vegetables taste. So I will just like make them as I go the day of. But things like starchy carbohydrates like potatoes, rice, whatever, those will keep well throughout the week, as well as protein sources like chicken, turkey, pork, shrimp, whatever you have. So this week we are doing some this is like every week. We're doing some red potatoes, potassium. We love her. Just using some tomato basil. Mrs. Dash, my focus is really not happy. Whatever. And then some garlic salt. Honestly, you can do so much with some garlic salt and a little faith in yourself. Like, if your stuff doesn't taste good, garlic salt. Bad boyfriend, garlic salt. Maybe just dump him. I don't know. So we're gonna cook those at 425 for like 35 to 40 minutes. And then I also started this a couple hours ago. This is just some... So this is literally just 3 pounds of chicken breast, some of this seasoning that I got at Kroger. It's just a blackening seasoning, some garlic and herb marinade just kind of shook on there, some sea salt, and then some water. I just set it for 4 hours because I needed it for like a meal later in the day. I normally like to let it go for 6 hours just because I find that that is like a nice cooking time in terms of the juiciness of the chicken and it not being super dry. I just didn't have the time for that today, so we're just going to deal with it. But then once that's done, I'll just take some forks and I will shred it up. So we just have some shredded chicken that we can throw on stuff for the week. And then while those are cooking, I'm going to take a bath. So we'll do this. Hi, I have my hair. This is actually a drying wrap, but my hair is not wet. I just wanted my hair out of my face. So on Sunday I do my self tanner. I mean, this is pretty pale for me, even though my face and my body are still two completely different colors, but my body is pretty pale for me right now. So Sunday is when I do my self tanner. I will show you guys that later, but what I have to do beforehand is make sure that my skin is nice and exfoliated, shaved, soft, all that stuff, so the self tanner goes on as well as possible. So here we have some exfoliation stuff. This is just the Soap and Glory Smooth E Breakfast Scrub, exfoliating scrub. And I'm gonna shave. I also have a little Lush bath bomb here. We love her. And then actually what I do afterwards to make my skin nice and soft, especially because it's winter in the Midwest and it gets very dry, is I will just take cocoa butter, like literally pure cocoa butter. I think I got this at Whole Foods, melt it and rub it all over my body. So also made me some caramel Nespresso. I had a meal and then I was gonna have one of my Built Bars afterwards, but the bath was full, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna take it and have it in the bath. So, focus on me? Focus? Maybe? Bath time. As you can see from my glistening skin, what? Okay, wait, pause. Am I the only person that thinks that like chest splits, especially when they're more pronounced, like when you get like a bigger split, look like a cholesterol molecule, like the chemical structure of a cholesterol molecule? Let me know. Anyway, as you can see from my glistening skin, nice and moisturized. Second essential component, sometimes on Sundays, I like to get cute. Today, I don't. I'm not feeling it. I've been all over the place. Like I went to Florida and then immediately after I got home from Florida, I went home to Beaver Creek and then I just got back like for Thanksgiving and everything. And then I just got back yesterday and then we went out because of the Ohio State game. And like, long story short, I just want to be disgusting today, but like in a cute way. So next essential component, slippers and comfy socks. Yeah, and comfy pants. These socks are from Express and they're very soft. These slippers, I'm pretty sure if I can get it on, are just from Target. These pants though, these are from Aerie. These are some of the most comfortable, let me get my face in there, some of the most comfortable sweatpants I've ever put on my body. I think that this shirt is like a few years old from Urban Outfitters and this is a balanced bra, but literally these pants. Like, do you see how high this waistband is? It's basically a rib cage waistband. It's not a waistband, it's a rib band. And I love that. So we're comfy. Mick is coming over. I'm gonna flip this around. Mick is coming over soon because we are gonna do face masks together. So I think is this the first YouTube video she's gonna be in on the channel? Maybe. But Mick's coming over, we're gonna do face masks, watch The Grinch, probably drink some coffee, decaf, maybe. So yeah. All right guys, so the chicken is done. She's all shredded and the potatoes have been done for a hot second, but I'm gonna let this cool. As you can see, the steam is coming off before I store it. I don't know if this is factually correct, but there's some weird compartment of my brain that thinks it remembers learning when I was a dietetics major that like you shouldn't store food when it's still hot. I don't know if that's a food safety thing or if I completely made that up, but I think, okay, so it's real. So don't put your food, oh, I just zoomed in on my face so hard without even trying. Oh my God, that's gonna be terrible. Wow, love that for me. So I'm gonna let that cool before I store it. And look who's here! Hi!
I'm wearing pants.
She's like, I swear to God. Have you ever been on the channel?
I don't think so.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, I think this is Mick's first appearance on the channel. And
I think he's stuck.
Blue!
Blue, come here, buddy. You want to meet?
Blue!
Come here.
Say hi, guys. Oh my God, I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna be so famous. I'm gonna be so famous. Oh my God. So Mick is joining me for Self-Care Sunday. Apparently so are the dogs. But we are doing face masks because we're garbage people. And we're gonna watch, you can't tell what this is whatsoever because it's literally a blurry intro, but oh no, it says The Grinch. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna do this face mask. This is literally one of my favorite face masks and Mick likes it too. It literally makes you feel like your pores just got like vacuum cleaned. So this is so cheap too. Like it's literally $6. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at like health food stores. I think Whole Foods has it, but you just mix it with water. And then my little trick is I just take a super cheap face brush, like a flat foundation brush. Like I never use these for foundation ever in my whole life. And you just paint it on your face with this. So see you in a second when we're all nice and cute. Hi guys. So the dogs are tussling.
Get 'em, Luna.
On the floor.
We're gonna paint our faces.
So do you want to do your own or do you want me to do yours?
Do mine.
So if anyone doesn't know, like you, just who is Mick Zaza?
Mick is someone on Instagram.
I hate myself so much. So Mick is someone on Instagram. We love that.
I do a lot of body confidence stuff. I own a retreat company with my friend and do a lot of women empowerment stuff.
We love that.
Kind of just share whatever the hell I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Use your journey to help guide others on their own.
Yeah.
You guys have been around for a while. She was on the podcast like
Oh my gosh.
almost 2 years ago.
I still get
Or no, it was like a year ago. Like a year and a couple months ago.
I still get story notifications saying that they just listened to it. Yeah.
That's why I love podcasts, because like it's out there forever, and like a lot of times when like new people find the show, they'll go and listen, they'll like binge listen to it, and like I do the same thing. If I find a new podcast that I like, I'll go and listen to a bunch of them. And so yeah, it doesn't matter. Like with Instagram, very few people like scroll back to like read old posts,
That's so true.
except for like the creepy dudes that like every single one of your photos that you've ever created.
They're also the ones that want to pay for your socks.
I mean, what about the one who freaked out? New Market?
Does YouTube know about that? You guys, was it the first time that I brought Blue over? Or was it the...
Yes, because it was when everybody came over.
So the
You were
first
here
time
first.
I brought Blue over, Emily had just moved in and like there was some socks on the floor and I wasn't quite sure, we weren't sure if he ate it or not.
Yeah,
it was like
no.
did he eat it? But I'm still gonna try to get it out of his mouth. Like, Blue, we hear you. And then he started to like act weird and I was like, okay, what's happening here? And I took him into the vet. I took him into the vet and they were like, yeah, there's something in his stomach. I was like, okay, it's a sock. And then they read the x-ray wrong and they were like, no, he's fine. And then they called me like, what was it, a day later? And they were like, you need to take him in immediately. Like we accidentally read it wrong and he has to get emergency surgery to get it out. And I was like, oh gosh. So
I literally felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, this is literally my sock. What the my house? Like, this is my, I've never had a puppy in here before, so I didn't even think of it.
And
I felt like the worst person in the whole
not your
world.
fault.
Yeah, Mick was literally like, oh my God, Emily, shut the fuck up. And I was like, I can't.
It's literally a puppy. It was gonna
This
eat.
feels so nice.
It did.
feel
It felt
so
really,
cared
it was
for.
like so cooling. So I take him to the vet. They said it was gonna be like, I don't know, 5-6 hours. And an hour later, I'm at the gym trying to like take my mind off of it. And I get a call from the surgeon and he was like, hey, is this Michaela? I'm like, yeah, is Blue okay? And he was literally like, so we were about 5 minutes away from taking him to go get anesthesia and he pooped out the sock.
So like bowels of steel.
Yeah, I mean, this like was not a small sock either.
Literally, think about it. Like, butthole is probably like that big, right?
Yeah,
like,
3.5-month-old puppy.
Yeah. Sock, very large.
Yep.
Like,
And
in relation to that.
yeah, and they said it was not like a pretty sight to see him poop it out. I mean, not that it would be a pretty sight to see anything pooping, but like,
Hey, it's nature. Nature is beautiful.
yeah. I thought about it, took the sock, and was gonna give it to Emily as a Christmas present. Obviously washed.
No, you literally like put it in this enclosed chamber where it can stay fossilized in Blue's poop forever. You should have gotten like a mold made of it so that I could like hang it, you know, like an impression.
But
like
then,
that video I sent you yesterday of Zane
Yes.
getting the friggin' body art, which I'm like, actually that's kind of iconic.
I like the color of this. It's like,
Right, it's flattering.
yeah, it really is.
It's like a nice minty green.
yeah.
It reminds me of the color from the Journey collection.
Yes.
The like tonal tops.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag user link. These dogs.
I'm like Van Gogh. Van
Gogh?
Van Gogh.
You were just saying it fancy. Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Vincent Van Gogh.
I'm Vincent Van Going.
Oh my god, is he barking at himself in the mirror again?
Yes, he is. Blue.
Blue discovered his reflection today. He's not sure how to feel about it.
I think.
We got it?
Yeah. Let me see. Look, turn.
Yay, yay. All right, so this is a mask that will literally like freeze your face where it is,
Yeah.
but you feel so clean afterwards.
Oh, no.
It's beautiful. So we're gonna let these sit. We're gonna start watching The Grinch because it's Christmas.
Ow.
Oh, you're zoomed. We're zoomed in. Nick and I have an unhealthy obsession with the Dolan twins,
Oh my god, he's beautiful.
especially this one.
Yeah, Grayson. Oh my god. Like,
It's not fair, and I also feel, even though it's not illegal because they are adults, I feel creepy because I'm 24 years old and they're like 19. But I'm like, you know what? Dating older men hasn't worked out for me. Maybe there's some like inverse thing going on that I don't know about. Like,
people that are married that are like 10 years apart.
right. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility.
No.
My aunt and uncle are 10 years
I
apart.
also
It's normal.
DM'd him and I said I like your butt and he did not respond. Update coming soon.
So take that how you will. It's fine. All right, you guys. So it is almost time for bed. But before I do that, I'm going to put on my self tanner. So a lot of you guys ask, sorry, my head itches. If you watched my hair video, you know what this button signifies. But a lot of you guys ask about my self tanner routine, how I do it, all that stuff. It's pretty simple for the most part. I don't have a ton of little tips, tricks, whatever. I just use an exfoliating mitt. This is the Isle of Paradise one, and then the self tanner that I use is the Isle of Paradise. This is the Express Ultra Dark Self Tanning Mousse. I don't need the Express because I'm about to go to sleep, but this is the only one that comes in the Ultra Dark. Like their regular foam doesn't come in the Ultra Dark, anything like that. So I will use this on my body with the matte mitt. And then I'll use the face drops, which I'll pop a picture of here a few times throughout the week for my face. Sorry, my hair is doing that weird thing where like one little hair like pulls at your scalp. And it's the pain of 1,000 small knives in your skull. A couple other tips that I have for self-tanner application. First of all, this thing is... It basically helps you get your back. So this is actually from Bondi Sands. Back when I used them, I do prefer the Isle of Paradise to the Bondi Sands as far as the formula, at least over the last couple years. Something happened, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but like the texture of the self-tanner mat on the actual wand itself got weird. And so it would apply weird. So what I do is I just take my regular mitt and I have a little hair tie that I just secure around it so it stays in place. And that way I can get around and do all the areas of my back that I can't reach with my natural mobility. I've always said one of the primary functions of having a boyfriend would be to put self-tanner and lotion on my back because I can't, but technology has saved us once again. And then also I will use like a cheap little foundation brush. This is just a Real Techniques 200 Expert Face Brush. You can literally use some of the e.l.f. ones that are like $1. I've done that before. I just don't know where my facial e.l.f. brush is. It's not even a facial brush, but this is what I'll use to like blend out my neck. I'll use it to like blend out into my hands. I feel like this helps a lot with hands. I'll still get kind of like weird self-tan hands, but I use this to like brush the self-tanner on. That way I can really get in there in those nooks and crannies of your fingers. I'll blend into my, like, from my, if this were my foot, like my ankle area onto the top of my foot, that whole situation. Blend out like around the neck, the ears. Make sure you self-tan your ears because it looks really weird if you don't. I say as I have a completely different colored face than body. I basically just use this to blend out areas that might need a little bit more help blending, whereas something like your arms or your legs, you can do like the big sweeping strokes and it's fine. That's that. I will put a little bit of oil like over my kneecaps, over my elbows, and then around my fingers just to help with the blending in those areas just because it's a little bit funky. But I'm going to pop this stuff on. I'll try and show you a clip of what it looks like right afterwards and then one in the morning as well once I've woken up and it's fully developed and everything. Hi guys, so I am awkwardly holding my t-shirt up because I wanted you to be able to see what it looks like when I first put it on. I'm pretty sure you can probably tell there's a little bit of color deposit already. With the Express one, you do see some of it is some of it is instant, and then some of it does develop over those couple of hours. It said it was I think a 2-hour developer. So I will be a little bit darker when I wake up, even though that's going to be far more than 2 hours from now. I can't speak. Oh my God. Anyway, that's what it looks like when it first comes on. I just wanted to bring these in. These are the self-tanning facial drops. This is actually how I got introduced to Isle of Paradise. This isn't sponsored at all. They have sent me PR packages in the past, but I have purchased the majority of any of the products that I've used from them. I bought so much at their Black Friday sale. I literally got like, I think at least 4 bottles of self-tanner. So love that for me. But the face drops were my first like intro to this brand because I wanted to find a self-tanner that I could use on my face, because anytime I had used, whether I went and gotten a spray tan, whether it was self-tanner, anytime I'd had traditional tanning products put on my skin, I broke out really bad. Now I'm broken out right now because I think it's because I've been wearing more makeup more often and I might not be washing my face thoroughly enough, but I digress. But anytime I would get any kind of self-tanner put on my face, I would break out really bad from it. It didn't matter what kind it was. So I actually asked you guys if you had a facial self-tanner that you recommended, and the Isle of Paradise drops were the most commonly recommended ones. I've obviously been slacking on them a little bit, but when I'm being as good about it as I should, I will do these like every 2-ish nights. I'll take a few drops, put it in my moisturizer, put it all over my face, and my face will also now be a little bit more closely related to my body tone. That was a really weird way to say that. Anyway, I'm about to go to bed. I'm gonna wake up and be a bronzed goddess, and none of us are ready for it, but it's what we deserve. So nighty night, sleep tight, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, you guys. I just wanted to pop on here and show you the final product of the self-tanner. Wow, these are the first words that I've spoken this morning. But this is after I've taken a rinse. So anytime you put on self-tanner the following morning, or just whenever it's developed, especially if you're gonna go train right now like I am, you wanna rinse off that first layer so it doesn't bleed a bunch onto your clothes, or like so that you don't sweat orange or anything like that. So this is what we're working with. This is what we're working with as far as the color. I am a good bit darker this morning. I do love the self-tanner. Like, one of the things I love about it is it doesn't smell. It does transfer less than other self-tanners that I've used. Obviously, if you're gonna wear like bright white the next day, probably not the best idea because you will get a little bit of rub off from it. But I would say that the Isle of Paradise is less than other tanners that I've used before in terms of how it rubs off. It doesn't rub off on my sheets, which is a really big thing for me, because before I would literally wake up in like a puddle of orange, like from not, that sounds terrible. Let me say that again. With other self-tanners, I would wake up and my sheets would be super orange. This does not do that. Doesn't smell like self-tanner. Like, I smell fine. I smell like Tom Ford fabulous because that's what I sprayed on myself. Love that for me. But yeah, that is the finished product. I usually do my self-tanner routine once a week. It does start to fade after about a week, especially since I sweat a lot and shower a lot from working out and everything like that. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed getting a little window into what I like to do on my self-care Sundays. I basically just try and have one day a week where I'm very chill. Like, and the part of the reason why this is so important to me, and like Mick was like, dude, I need your help. Like, I need to be so much better about this. And I'm like, the only reason I'm good about this is because I kind of burnt myself out with working and all of that kind of in the spring, summertime. And to be honest, it wasn't necessarily a healthy thing, because when I got out of the relationship with the person that you guys never knew, it was really, really difficult for me. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna work more. So I buried myself in work and a lot of travel at one time. And for me, that was highly overwhelming. And like I said, I got a little bit burnt out. So I was like, Emily, we need to take a day where you get to just do things that feel good, like do some superficial stuff, like that is nice for you. I'm a Taurus. We love this kind of thing. We love baths and fluffy robes and all that stuff. And I was like, Emily, you need to have a day where you just literally take care of yourself and just, And that's my Sunday. So I'll take care of myself by getting some food ready for the week. I'll take care of myself by treating myself to a nice hot bath. I'll take care of myself by getting nice and bronzed because everybody feels better once they've got a tan, right? I'll take care of myself by taking care of my skin with a nice mask. I'll take care of myself by enjoying some social time with somebody that I care about very much, like Mick, or multiple somebodies. Like I said, the night before we all went out together for the Ohio State game. So like taking care of my social wellness, or if I need a day just by myself, I will take a day by myself, you know, whatever it is. This is also a day where I like to like clean and stuff, so like taking care of myself by taking care of my home, those kind of things. And like I said in the beginning, self-care is not just external things. Make sure you're doing the internal work as well. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you're enjoying Vlogmas so far, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Leave some of your favorite self-care things below. If there's anything that I should be trying that you particularly love, let me know. That's it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.